we're going to be covering the new Empire list points that AMG dropped back in May. We're going to be actually covering all of the different lists or the different point changes that we get to see for the Empire faction. Make sure you stay tuned as we have other segments that will cover each individual faction. So if you don't want to watch all of them, you only got to watch the one. Stay tuned, because here we come with Empire list building points.
Let's do it.
So let's get into points. So JJ, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. So you only have the changes on here, correct?
Yeah, so the way I listed here is the previous, the current points cost, and then the previous point cost, or what it costs from the previous loadout. If it's marked in blue, that means that it's beneficial to that particular ship, meaning they got a points reduction or they have something added to it. If it's marked red, then that means they've lost points or they've increased costs for it, or they've lost like a particular like upgrade slot, for instance. So so I try to color code it for it. If it's not if there's no color in it, I mean there's nothing changed for that particular stat, or there's nothing else for it. But I that's how I've color coded it. Basically, blue is positive, red negative, essentially. And of course, if anybody wants access to this, definitely jump on our Discord. I put it here in our announcements page for anybody to access. I sorted it out between all the different factions, including all the upgrades for those factions. So if you want to see a more detailed look just for the changes that occurred for this last points update, you're free to use that. It's open to anybody who wants to take a look at it, and hope you guys can use that for your list building. So yeah.
All so right. Let's kick it off.
Let's do it. Yeah, so for Empire here, this is the first time I've actually seen some significant change here for stuff that's not currently in standard. So starting off with the Alpha Class Star Wing, we see some changes here for Lieutenant Karasabi and Major Vinder. Lieutenant Karasabi gaining 3 loadout points, whereas Major Vinder actually lost a couple of loadout points, 5 to be total, bringing it to 14 and 16 respectively. I'm assuming once they bring out the Alpha Class Star Wing, we're going to see some changes again for those particular ships, but at least there's some activity for that.
Vinder was also 6 points. Now he went down to 5, which is why he lost the 5 loadout points there. So.
Yeah. And then moving on to the Gauntlet Fighter. Now, this was actually a change that I was actually surprised to see, because normally originally the Imperial Gauntlet Fighters were just way too overcosted for what they did, and we saw a 1 point reduction on each. So for Captain Hart coming down to a 6, losing 1 loadout value, and he gained an enlisted slot on top of that as well. Same thing with Gar Saxon coming down from 8 points to 7. Still retains his loadout value. He did lose his torpedo slot, but he gained an illicit slot on top of that. And I got to tell you, Gar Saxon with a couple of repositioned high initiative aces, that's going to be really good, especially if you can get within his range. If you're not familiar with what he can do, he could basically spend 1 of 2 charges to allow your ship that's outmaneuvering somebody to roll an additional dice. So with Soontir Fel coming out at 5 points, you still got Boy Vader at 6 points. You got 2 I6s that can reposition, get around you, and if they're within range of Gar Saxon, they're going to be hitting you with 5 dice at range 1. So it is really, really big.
Yeah, just as a change in general across all of the gauntlets, they all lost. Like, Gar Saxon's the only one that had torp slot, but most of them just had missile slots. All of them lost all their missile slots, and all of them gained illicit. So.
Yeah. Which, honestly, with their 3-die primary out the front, I don't think they really lost anything in that, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of strictly better, but that is a change consistent across every faction that has the gauntlet.
Yeah, and then to round off the Gauntlet Fighters, the Imperial Super Commando, only change there is that they gained the illicit.
We just don't care, sorry. We're going to move on. I don't give a shit about that guy.
All right, so talk about the TIE V1. What do we got?
So it looks like we're getting some V1s lowered. Very excited about the Grand Inquisitor change, because Grand Inquisitor was one of the ships I love to run. I love me some Grand Inquisitor. You just think now you can run Ali Pakno's list with a whole new ship in it too. Anyway, so Fifth Brother went down to 4, and Seventh Sister went down to 4. So that So there's a guy at our locals that runs the gauntlet with those 2 ships and like something else. They literally just gained 3 points. They can literally put a TIE fighter in there now if they want. It's crazy.
Or Laurier, which is where it's at.
Oh yeah, Lieutenant Laurier.
We'll get to
Yeah.
So they all of them went down 1 point. They did lose some loadout. So Fifth Brother lost 3 loadout and the cannon slot, but he gets missiles, so you can take your homing missiles if you would like. Which is probably going to be I feel that might be a staple on them, and just call it a day because
You could do
pretty good.
Yeah, you could do homing missile, marksmanship, and fire control system.
Yeah.
No, actually, no. Sorry, homing and fire
points.
control system. Yeah,
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you really need FCS if you're shooting a homing missile, though?
If your opponent decides to let you shoot, the
If my
actual
opponent
missile,
lets me shoot 4 dice, I don't need FCS. I already won the game.
yeah.
And then Grand Inquisitor lost 7 loadout points. Not surprising. A little sad. I was kind of hoping he would keep like 13 to 15 of those, because I like Snapshot on Grand Inquisitor. Personally, myself, but now going down that 10 points, you're not putting Snapshot on Grand Inquisitor at all. Seventh Sister lost a lot of loadout. She lost so much loadout, 7
Yeah,
loadout
half.
points, and
basically.
one of her talent slots, which it's inconsequential because you only got 6 loadout points. So I think that's a mistake. I would actually rather have her at 5 points with more loadout. But excuse me. We'll see. It'd be nice to run a full Inquisitor list one of these times. But I don't know what much you do with Seven Sister with only those 6 points. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cluster missiles.
And then the prediction of the night, the person that said, "Oh, we don't have to buy core sets, JJ. Don't worry about buying them because you can just build them." And guess what they're going to do? They're going to give us another 6-point Vader. Not that you want that 6-point Vader, but now I have to collect a core set just to get the fucking standard loadout card for that one ship. I hate you so much. I told you this was going to happen, that they're going to be dicks to us.
They got to sell those core sets, man. I'm telling you. But yeah, definitely getting a 6-point Vader coming in the core set. This is the one that matches the customized Vader, where he can spend a force to take additional actions. And he comes equipped with ion torpedoes and afterburners. Ion missiles. You're right. Ion missiles. That's a big difference. Big difference. Yeah. And comes with an extra shield on there. Coming in at 6 points. Man, I'm actually really tempted of running that over Boy Vader now. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely really good there. Also coming in at 5 points in that core set is Marek Still in the TIE V1 as well. That one is the one that comes with outmaneuver and afterburners, I believe, right? And that's definitely an interesting
post-combustibles.
Post-combustibles, yeah. Now the other adjustment that we see here is the customized Marek Stell coming down to 4 points. He lost 4 loadouts on it, but at 10 points, you can still either put afterburners on him or shield upgrade and still have enough points for either FCS or marksman Deadeye, whatever you want to put on him. I actually automatically replaced my Juno Eclipse in my Empire list for this Marek Stell because it is really good for what he can do. And if you can line up those bullseyes, especially after a shot from like a Vader and another Initiative 5, Marek Stell can definitely punch in some really bad crits into somebody with his ability. I think it's really good.
Would you consider putting Mag Pulse on Marek? You'll give up a shield or afterburners, but he is an I5 with Mag Pulse and then chooses the crit.
That's also very true. I did consider that, but I think, I mean, for range 3, just denying that extra die, that is actually really tempting.
You're an I5 Mag Pulse.
Yeah.
You know me and my Mag Pulses.
And with 6 loadout, I mean, you can still have SCS in there and
marksmanship.
And
I mean, you still
marksmanship.
take marksmanship.
Yeah, that's true. That's good.
I think that's one of the biggest things there is that piece of it, right? Like just getting Merrick Steel back is huge. And what did I used to call him? Steely? Is that what I called him?
Yeah.
Steely Mark?
Stelly. Mark Stelly.
Yeah, so I can't remember what but I am excited for that, tentatively. Though I don't think I'll be playing Empire anytime soon personally, but
yeah, and then also the other pilot that had some changes was Zertik Strum, who's the I3, if I'm not mistaken. He gained some loadout, actually, more than double. He went from 6 points to 14, and that's he does have a really nice ability if you're able to get it off consistently. But having the ability to flip a damage card if you had a lock on that person, I mean, this is a ship that I would absolutely put tracers on just so you can trigger that ability and give everybody else on the list a lock for future follow-up. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, you could do tracers and like shield upgrade or afterburners and also still have FCS.
Yeah.
And then you filled all the slots.
And then he's a 3 agility, 5 health with 2 shields to go grab objectives and stuff. I think he's actually a decent objective carrier for that. So
all right, I'll cover the next two, and then I want Alex to do interceptors. So Faroff lost 3 loadout points, which is not surprising. Really don't care that much. Going down. Basically, if you want Faroff, you just don't get force points now. So you still run Death Troopers, though, baby.
Yeah, Death Troopers.
So I don't know. Like, I don't think they anyway. Yeah, whatever. And then Vader Defender lost 4 loadout and the talent slot. And we knew the talent slot was coming. So no more juking Defender Vader, and you can all stop whining about Vader being overpowered, for Christ's sake. I don't ever want to hear it ever again. Ever.
So a quick question. Do you think now with the 10 loadout that you start considering the TIE Defender Elite Vader?
No. What is wrong? No, JJ, no.
Okay.
No. Yes. Oh, let's not get a free evade that we use every turn to not die.
I mean, also it lets you live, killing everybody else before they can shoot.
No. All right. Tell us about interceptors.
Yes. Okay. So the Sienna Ree went up 4 loadout points. Is it cool? Still an I5 or still 5.
Still an I6.
Yes, still 5 points at an I6. Gideon Hask, he went down by 1, so now he's 4, and he lost 5 loadout, which is underutilized pilot there, but I'm not sure if 4 points is worth it. I'd rather still take like a V1, honestly, over Interceptor Gideon. Boy Iden went down to 5 from 6. Would still be terrified going against her, just in general. Don't want that at 4 points. Laurier went down to 3, and I love that. Slap some sensitive controls on him, and then you got yourselves just a really nasty blocker. He's got the bendy barrel rolls.
Yeah, like 3 points for an interceptor now.
Mm-hmm. Suntir, he went down to 5, but he lost 5 points in loadout. So he's down to 10, so it's a little bit... He can't do, like, Shield Upgrade Predator anymore, because Predator spoilers went up to 3 points, so now you have to get a little bit more creative with your Suntir building.
Yeah, I mean, with 2 loadouts, or sorry, 2 talent slots, you can still do like Lone Wolf and Elusive if you really want to make them more tanky that way. But beyond that, yeah, losing the loadout kind of hurts them a little bit. Still worth it at 5 points, though.
Oh yeah. I mean, I might lean towards more like Predator Enduring, like targeting computer. That's at 9 points. That's pretty solid.
That's good. Yeah,
defensive Suntir there, and then Vault Scaris, who you guys love for some reason, went up 3 points in loadout.
Still won't see play. Yeah.
Still only has a talent in mod slot. Have fun with those, all those 9 points there. I don't know. What do you do? Juke and targeting computer? Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't even know.
I guess.
If you have a coordinator, you get 2 actions, so you still take the evade and focus. That, or you can take Fifth Brother. Yeah.
All right. TIE Fighters, we had the 2 big changes that I want to cover in TIE Fighters is the Iden and Gideon. Both of them went up to 4 points.
Moff Gideon.
Moff Gideon, sorry.
Because there is another TIE
Yes,
Gideon.
yep, not Gideon Hask. The good Gideon went up to 4 points. And then we saw Delmico, Gideon, Hask, and Sienna all double their loadout, essentially. So, I don't know. I haven't played around with them yet, so I don't know if that's any good or not. It might be good. I don't know. I think they're trying to give you options to replace Iden and Gideon and Moth, but I'll be honest with you, like it's still going to be kind of hard because both those abilities are a million times better than any of the other abilities. So.
Yeah.
You don't have it on this sheet, JJ, but Zane Marana gained a cannon slot.
Oh, I did miss that.
Yeah. She gained a cannon slot and Delmico gained a mod slot. Who already had a cannon, so that's actually pretty useful too. So you can kind of run some more
Very
interesting
nice.
things there.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. I've been playing around actually with like trying to replace Iden, and Gideon Hask was one of the ones I was looking at. I mean, at 12 points, you can put in elusive and shield upgrade. If you tend to send them against targets that have already been picked off by your other aces, Gideon has a reliable 3-die shot there, and can do some damage there at initiative 4. So I mean, there's some possibilities. Also, Delmico going up to 6. He is a really good defensive buff for your list too. If you need those defensive rerolls, just being able to still equip elusive and
Ion cannon.
And ion cannon, yeah. Just being able to provide those rerolls defensively makes them a pretty decent objective grabber as well at the same objective or same initiative rather.
Yeah, if you're looking for a straight swap, I think Delmico would be an option there just because you get the defensive rerolls and also eventually to the rest of your team as well.
Yeah.
Then we had the Phantoms all went down to 5 points. I don't know. We're not going to talk about those tonight. Ubel lost 3 loadout points, and Rampage finally a tie heavy. Not that I want Rampage, but at least I have a tie heavy at 4 points now.
Well, it's better than Lighten. Lighten used to be 4 points, and that would have been a little bit questionable right now.
Yeah.
I love me some Rampage.
I mean, what do you put on him other than sync and targeting
Anything you
assist?
want. Who cares? Let's do something fun. The 4-point tie heavy, they're not doing much anyways. But you can strain people.
Yes, that's true.
And then all of the strikers gain 2 to 3 loadout points. Actually, that's pretty big. I'll be honest, that's pretty big. The strikers are now back on the table. Though they still pop, I think, but I don't know. We'll see. Sorry. We'll see about that. The biggest change, though, is Rear Admiral Shermu is now 7 points and only lost 6 loadout. That's it. And what did Death Troopers do? Oh, they went down in points. So, I mean, I'm just saying. Like,
I mean, Rack is... I love Rack. And just like I said a little bit earlier, Death Troopers, and if you're not running Vader in your squad for some reason, Vader Crew and Death Troopers still gives you 4 points left over for them.
Yeah.
Trick shot.
It's like Agile Gunner and like...
Which is 1 point, by the way. Agile Gunner now is 1 point.
Agile Gunner, spoilers, by the way. I would do something like Agile Gunner, Ruthless, and like Baffle.
Yeah.
It'd just open up the dial off the Dauntless. I mean, you got 12 health, right?
Yeah.
Or 12 hull, 4 shield. So like you got
plenty of health. You're swimming in health there.
Yeah.
Upgrade
also
wise
for Rampage. Sorry. For Rampage, a blade of plating. No one sees that coming. Just plow right through a rock at the people. That's what I would
Like
do.
it.
Slam it to him. Somebody put a Rampage list together and win.
I will do Rampage.
All right, you got to play it next week then. You got to play it next week for
That's
the
a
store
store
champ.
kid champ.
Yes!
Oh, I've already won one, maybe.
No, nope. You got to win one with Rampage before you win your normal one.
Nice.
Which, by the way, folks, we didn't announce those. We have 2 store champs coming up in Michigan. Next Sunday, one in Ypsilanti, right?
Yep.
And then at Golden Rhino Games, there's only
Golden Rhino and Ipsy, yeah.
7 of us signed up so far. So
I signed up twice, if that makes you feel any better.
You did? Okay, so there's only 6 of us signed up. So we need 2 more. Please at least have 2 more people so that we can run it. I just need 2 more people. We need 2 more people. And then
I'm not gonna lie, I was tempted to actually be like, you know what if I surprise Tanner by going to the store champ?
I could. That would be awesome. It's my birthday the day before. So
yeah.
Birthday rules are in effect when we get there. If I make it to the top table and I'm undefeated, whoever I play against has to concede to me because it's my birthday.
Wasn't one other guy going that's also his birthday the same day? What if you two play each other in the finals? Do you just both
just roll? Don't play.
Right? Yeah.
Just roll.
We're just gonna roll. I learned my lesson with Staniszewski. We're gonna roll.
You would rolling in the finals.
Yep.
Never heard of that before.
So Vader Crew. Oh, I'm sorry. And then the second one is in Granville at Gamers Wharf on June 3rd. And that one I'm helping Corey run. It kind of depends. If we only get a few people, Corey will probably play. If not, one of us will be TOing. I don't know if he's going to the Golden Rhino Games one or not. So we'll see. Hopefully something happens and one of us will be able to TO for that. So
also we have one store kit. We haven't figured out a date yet. One store kit for Fun for All in Ipsy. And also I have one for a local shop called Destiny Games in Livonia.
So before you schedule those, just so you know, so we have I don't think we'll have any more in June that I know of. But we're going to have end of July. We're going to have one in Muskegon, Grand Haven. We have another store kit in Grand Haven. We have one in Kentwood. And then we'll have another one in Granville area as well. So our goal is to have in our area at least one a month, to 2 a month. So
yeah, and I know Staniszewski's got one in Warren as well.
Yep.
So
yeah, hopefully we don't overlap them. So we did start a Discord.
We're plotting it out to make sure we're not doing that.
All right, back to points because we got 1 million point changes. Vader went down 2 points as a crew. Death Troopers went down 2 points as a crew. Both of those very solid. The Death Troopers confuses the hell out of me. I am not excited. I do not. I want Death Troopers to be banned. Personally, I do not want people to run that shit. And that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna you can put it on Vizier, you can put it on frickin' Faroff now, and I think Faroff is a call. Faroff has two crews.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I use 2 crew on her all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
And a personal slight against me specifically, they bumped up Grand Inquisitor 2 points. And I think it's because I mentioned running that a couple weeks ago.
And why? Why? Like, nobody runs Grand Inquisitor. Like, are you going to run him over Vader? Probably not. Most people are.
I would on Rack, but that's about it. But not anymore because they decided to hate me. I'm the only one that's ever run Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Crew.
So,
okay.
I don't understand that one either. Commandos went up 1 point. And by the way, they went up across the board 1 point.
However, I gotta say that it's not really the true cost of how much they went up, because in order for you, in most cases, to actually run Commandos, you do need that drop seat bay, which went up by like 4 points. So in reality, Commandos are like now 12 points in order for you to actually run them. So yeah,
on a gauntlet, you can run them on. You could run them on a Vizier, JJ, but nobody would.
Yeah, nobody would do that other than me, maybe.
Just you. And Tiber Saxon Gunner went up 4 points, so I think that's I think that makes sense.